Let's bring in my Sky News colleague, Graham Richardson. Richo, what did you make of the Prime Minister's trip overseas? Of course, consolidating on the AUKUS front, on that security front, all about China. Few difficulties when it comes to climate still in trying to negotiate as much back home with the Nats as anything.
Yeah, I think he's got more trouble with the Nats than he has with the Chinese. And I don't see that that's going to be very easy to negotiate his way through either. The Nats are pretty determined on this. And when, you get the rump of the Nats determined to hold their ground, you've got to remember that occasionally they need to show their electorate that they aren't the Liberals, that they are separate, that they are different, and that they can stand up for themselves. So they've got to do it occasionally, and this is as good an issue as any upon which to do it.
I'll tell you what, though, Richo, you and I have discussed the climate row, the tensions over many prime ministers, and in fact, it's brought down a few.
It has, and it's not going away. This is a really difficult issue on both sides of the fence. It's very difficult for Albo because he's got those who want to go all the way and have it done tomorrow afternoon. And, of course, in the case of the Prime Minister, he's got the Nats who don't want to do anything. So, on both sides of politics, there's going to be some hard talking have to be done to sort things out.
Because obviously, if you look at the last couple of weeks, you've got Biden, Johnson coming to the party when it comes to this AUKUS framework, which the Prime Minister wanted, in terms of the nuclear propulsion technology and that sort of thing. Their priority, it is both of their priority, this climate issue. They'll want the Prime Minister to give a bit back, and then at home, as you said, you've got that National Party tension, but no doubt the Prime Minister will want to meet those international expectations as well. Well,
that's how do you do both? I'm not sure, but I think he'll have to put the international questions first. The issues that come up there, he's got to sort out in the national interest, and then he's just got to go to the Nats and say, you're a sectional interest, not a national one, and you're going to have to move over on this. I'd like to be in the room when he does it.
Okay. Well, when you look at the situation now, 6 months out from the federal election, does this sort of thing play into, election prospects, electoral prospects? What's your take on it? I mean, it's never bad to be out in the international stage, but really the Prime Minister knows the bread and butter of what he does. If he's to be re-elected, he needs to be here. He needs to be campaigning, and we're not that far off a campaign, are we?
No, we're getting very close. I think the international posing will end shortly, and he'll have to spend more time here. But all Prime Ministers like to travel. From Whitlam on, I've just watched them all, and they love getting on a plane, as long as it's not heading somewhere inside Australia. And away they go, and away they stay. Whitlam loved it, and if you look at all of them after that, they all love to be international stars. And I remember the first time Hawke came back and used that immortal phrase, I and other world leaders, I knew we were in trouble.